Hold on.
Oh, no. We didn't put the intro.
I'll put the intro. It's my fault, everybody. Here's the intro video. That intro video is so peaceful. Like, we go from like high chaos to just 30 seconds of peaceful music. So I appreciate it.
We're messy. It's real. It's okay.
Yeah. This is candid.
Today's going to be a little messy, but I mean, it's reality.
Okay, so today we're going to have a rather quick one because we're late. I had to push the meeting a little bit, but the agenda overall is to discuss quickly about DEMA and Folsom because they're coming up a lot sooner than I don't know, than we think. And just discussing and maybe putting in a vote about budgeting for the waivers. So that's the agenda. Is everybody agrees to just talk about those things today? Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Roll call. We have Nico, Galit, and myself, and Robbie is also here, but without their camera. All right, cool. So let's talk about DEMA and Folsom, and maybe Galit, you should lead this conversation as much. You probably know the most about the money side of things.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, Nico,
Sorry, go ahead.
Go for it.
Am I going or are you, Galit?
You could go. Yeah.
All right. So I don't have huge updates about either because it's only been a week since we spoke last. As I said last meeting in regards to DEMA, Buddy app is interested in doing some outreach with us. So I think we need to talk a little bit more about what that might look like, possibilities. After this meeting, we're meeting to talk more like hardcore logistics, like hotel and that sort of stuff. So we might have more of an update about DEMA next week or within the coming weeks. Folsom is slowly coming together. I had a meeting last night with the folks from Full Queer, which is the group that runs the wrestling ring that we will be by. So it's going to be, we can workshop the name, but we sort of last night we're calling it the Queer Sports Complex of Folsom. And I will be reaching out to local organizations. And if any of you have ideas about sports organizations that might be in the Bay Area or national and interested in attending, to let me know, because I'm going to be trying to solidify who's going to be there. And when the folks at Full Queer are very excited about this and sort of making this a kind of a standing thing at Folsom. So if we can kind of do it well this year, then I think that'll make it even easier to get more access and potential funding. But they also talked about, and I think some of you will be excited about this, sort of using the wrestling ring as a way to sort of advertise. And so me being introduced by a wrestler dressed up as Aquaman, or other types of folks being introduced in the ring to talk sort of about their business or whatever they're doing or what we're doing at the fair. Yeah, I figured that there would be some people in this room or everybody in this room that might be interested.
Question.
Yeah.
Robbie is muted, but this is on behalf of Robbie. Can Robbie fight someone as a fundraiser?
I mean, I can potentially talk to Full Queer about that.
He's done boxing. FYI,
Yeah.
He's done amateur boxing fundraisers for charity in the past. He coached.
I fought MMA.
I know you fought MMA. He wants us to know that he fought MMA.
So
why don't you just unmute?
I'm going to unmute him.
Full transparency, I have no control over the wrestling ring, and their schedule is pretty well solidified at this point. So I can't say yes or no. I can float the idea with them. They, like I said, they talked about bringing us into the ring and like, interacting and being playful, but they did not bring up like any of us actually wrestling. I think that they're bringing in their own folks, but I think that's definitely something, if not this year, we could work towards for next year, knowing it. I just don't want to make commitments because I have zero control over that. But Robbie, I will definitely mention it to them as a possibility, because it did kind of run through my head too of like, oh, I mean, it would be fun, I think, for some of us to actually wrestle. I have zero experience in it, so it sounds like Robbie is better suited for that.
Yeah, I'd like to be a ring shark.
Yeah, and when we talked about fun things like that, there's a gay rugby team here,
like
SF Fog, and we talked about getting them to like dress up as lumberjacks and just kind of hang out during like a lumberjack wrestling match. And so I think there's a way to do like Glee. You could dress up as sharks, so we could get maybe a whole group of people dressed up like sharks to do the Aquaman versus somebody else. So they talked about Barnacle Boy versus who's the counterpart? SpongeBob SquarePants. I don't know. So they talked about a bunch of like silly, fun, playful things. And again, like DEMA, we're going to talk kind of some of the more logistics of Folsom after this meeting.
Mermaid Man. Sorry.
Oh yeah, Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy. Sorry, I'm not up to date on my. I feel like I should have known that, so I apologize. But that's pretty much it. So I think they're both kind of trucking along. We have some logistics to kind of set in place, but I'm excited about both of them.
Yeah, I just wanted to, like, I don't know. I'm the kind of person that if it's a month away, I feel like I'm late. So I really want to buy my tickets this week and know where I'm staying this week, at least for Folsom, if not DEMA yet.
Right. Well, that's what we were talking after this meeting, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have some ideas for DEMA. I do not have anything for Folsom besides like getting an Airbnb together. So I want to know, is there any cost to us for the booth for Folsom?
For the what? For the booth?
Booth. Or do we have a booth? Do we have a table? Like, how much space are we going to have?
So at this point, everything is kind of up for negotiation with Folsom. I mean, it sounds like we are going to have the ability to have at least 4 booths among all of the organizations that we invite.
I'll be right back, everyone.
Okay. I imagine we'll be able to get booth structures, no problem, and tables, probably no problem. We may or may not have to pay for them, but that's something we could also do as like everybody who's getting involved could chip in on that, so it not be all on one organization by any means. But I have to touch base with the ED, but I was waiting to talk to the full queer folks last night. So today on my list, things to do to figure out now that it's solidified and they're bought in, we can move forward.
Okay.
And I can help figure out, places to stay, but I feel like those sorts of conversations can happen offline, like in terms of.
Are there costs associated besides the waiver, which will be a general all-purpose waiver? Are there costs associated with the workshop, like with either the marketing or the use of the pool?
Well, I think Brian's going to let us use the pool for free. He hasn't said anything to me about charging for it. If we want to go through Wicked Grounds, which I think we want to do personally, because I don't have the capacity to deal with ticketing and marketing, all of that. They'll handle all of that, and they're the local experts. I think that they do take a cut of what we make on ticket sales, but we can also do like no one turned away for lack of funds,
Well, if we're going through a bigger agency like that or organization, what are we imagining? Are we imagining like 40 people, or are we saying like 10 people? So there's like a.
I think Wicked Grounds, usually has groups of 30 plus for their workshops.
Yeah. So then we're gonna have to make sure that we have dive professionals like myself and you and Robbie will be there. So that's
Well,
at
I'm
least
going to have to be there because somebody from the shop's going to have to be there.
yeah. But we might need a few extra hands for ratios and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
So good things to think about, but I think that we need to solidify the relationship with Wicked Grounds before we're moving forward, or we're going to have to handle it all on our own. And like I said,
Yeah.
if we want to do that, that's fine, but I can't do that on top of the other logistics.
Yeah.
So
No, the reason I asked is because if we're running a 10-person workshop, then we don't need to go through them because we could probably handle 10 people ourselves and all the like supervision and stuff like that. But if we're going to them, it's going to probably become a 30-person workshop. So I need to like think about how to prepare. So
I mean, I guess I imagine, Folsom is one of the biggest events in the state of California that happens every year. That entire week, there's not only San Francisco locals, but people from all over the world that are coming in. So if we're doing it like on a Thursday night, for example, a lot of people are already going to be here because they're enjoying the whole weekend. So I would imagine, and it's a topic that I've not seen, so I would imagine it'd be very well attended. So we could do a workshop of 10 people and cap it, but I think that is limiting our potential.
Yeah.
So
no, I agree. I just have to like visualize the whole thing, like who's standing where. Will people be paid or are they volunteers who are like I'll volunteer and stuff like that. But just all these things, just going into it as I'm designing it this week, I'm literally putting together like a lesson plan. So, okay, so DEMA, we can just hit snooze on that for now.
All right, the things that we have to think about for Folsom is booth and booth decoration. If we're going to have that, I will be bringing my photo booth, so that will be like a draw for people. And that has a green screen background, so we'll put a cool background on, and people can come up, take pictures, and that'll be like a fun draw to the booth. We got to think about hotel, flights, what we're going to be handing out, like in terms of flyers or goodie bags, and then outfits that's going to tie us together somehow or promote diversity. We have the stickers already. We have enough stickers between what Nicole has and what we have. I was also thinking, Nicole, to maybe pay for an extra luggage for you and bring t-shirts for sale.
Yeah, but we don't have that many t-shirts for definitely for plus these don't have the logos.
So I don't know that it's worth it to then purchase another round of
well,
t-shirts.
I can bring these, but they're mostly in the larger sizes. We don't have that many mediums or smalls anymore.
Okay.
I also should probably check with Folsom because usually to sell things and we're getting everything for free, they might be a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So let's like no.
We can definitely have like a donation bucket, and like that's what I've done for photo booths in the past, where it's been $1 suggested donation for every photo or something like that. That's fine. Asking for donations. Or if we bring shirts because we're a nonprofit, I think they also have to be donation based, like suggested donation.
Yes. So the t-shirts we don't actually sell. It's if you give a $20 donation or more, you get a t-shirt.
Okay, so that's fine. But
we don't
sell free with donation.
Yes, we don't actually sell anything. Everything is donation, and then with a certain amount or over, you get something. Okay, so I think I'm gonna say right off the bat, for this event, like right now we have $500. That's it. So I can't see us paying for flights. Like we're gonna have to, Nicole, you and I are just gonna have to book our flights on our own, and then possibly maybe a little bit of the hotel, but I don't foresee it being able to pay for the whole hotel. Especially if we're going to print out like some flyers or something. I think that if we do well at the events and the donation, that we can then reimburse ourselves or put it towards DEMA.
I was
DEMA,
going to.
yeah.
I was going to suggest if we can add up all of our costs for like this quarter and we say like these are our 3 projects, it's like DEMA, Folsom, and these are our goals, and we had like a fund of like, let's say it ends up being like $2,000, then at community pool I would love to put it up on a whiteboard and be like 600 out of 2,000 saved for this fall's goals, and like I would, or even put it on a web page. But if we group it all into like a chunk, I could really probably fundraise easier with specific outcomes attached, as opposed to like donate to us,
Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
Delete. There's a few grants that my clients give, like on their websites, to nonprofits specifically.
Okay.
I'm just a really bad writer, so like I'm not the best person to actually sign up for the grants.
I'm a great writer, but I'm overstretched. So if somebody can do even Chat GPT on the framework, I can do the rest.
Okay, Robbie, share it with everyone in the group. I mean, I'm willing to take a shot at it with Chat GPT. I don't have like the largest bandwidth, but I'm willing to take a couple stabs at it, like writing prompts. And
it's a $3,500 grant, so it's gonna go somewhere.
Yeah, that would go a long way for us.
Is it just one, or do they give out multiple?
They give out multiple, depending on the nonprofits and stuff. They have multiple like resources that we could probably tap into.
Yeah.
Yeah, send it out. I'm happy to take a look at it too.
Yeah, share it with the Slack channel, and let's all like give it an eyeball. Whoever's got time, like I am more than willing to try to, use ChatGPT and write something up, and then have you guys look at it, because we absolutely need to start going for grants, because it's very hard to raise the type of money that we need for events and things that we really want to do by these like small $5, $10, $20 donations. And really the bulk of the money right now is coming thanks to Nicole and Community Pool, right? Like that's every Friday we're getting donations, but it's not, sustainable.
Yeah.
We need to have money coming from other sources.
Yeah.
And it's also hard when you're tapping into the same, like we have people that really care about the cause, but we tap into them over and over and over, and not everyone has the resources to give that much.
Yeah, 100%. We're taking from the people that are supposed to be enjoying Community Pool, so I would love it the faster that we can make them not our primary source of money.
So there's also lots of like small business grants. I don't know if any of you have heard of Hello Alice, that are not for nonprofits per se. But like that's how I've been using some of those to pay for some of my training and different things that I've been doing. So I think there's ways to also get creative through those of us who have for-profit businesses too. So.
Yeah.
I have tried Hello Alice and other things. They tend to not give to my type of business.
I felt like it was like I'm not gonna say scam, but it felt like
a little scammy sometimes.
Because you had to pay to receive, right? Like
nope.
No, not for the Hello Alice.
It's a different one then. It's like a different. It was like a women's one then, but okay. Anyways, I wanted to keep this quick. I wanted to mention that the last piece of our agenda today, which is I've been talking with my lawyer, with Andrew, for quite in depth actually about so much. Long story short, I read the exclusions policy on my dive professional liability that I get through Dan, and it's like, yeah, well, you're covered if you're teaching stuff through the standards of your agency, and then there's like super gray area when it comes to anything off book, like community pool, and it's and especially free diving and mermaiding, because they're like, well, we don't know that much about that. We don't know it's breath hold. That sounds dangerous. So, and then on top of that, beach cleanups are specifically excluded. So, I mean, anybody trying to organize, not just my business, but anybody trying to organize beach cleanups or community pool, or kink workshops, aquatic kink workshops, any kind of workshops that are not official agency products are going to have a hard time staying insured. So the goal would be to create an interactive waiver tool where it guides you through the steps of writing a really solid waiver for your specific need. So if you have a beach cleanup, for example, it would be like, we would have some presets like beach cleanup, but then it would ask you as the user to type out the specific hazards and what you're doing to like avoid and educate and stuff. And so it's like got a really solid backing and like legal theory and stuff. So it would really give me peace of mind to actually feel a little bit more protected than I am right now with community pool and beach cleanups. And then I would also use the same waiver for the workshop, and it would be $300, and we could pay it in portions, half and half, like when it's starting and when it's done.
Can we do it any less than that? Like, can he give us like, can we sort it out over a year?
We can't do any less than that. However, I can put like, it's going to cost me extra to like workshop my kink one. So that's over 300. I'm going to pay for that out of pocket, because it's just, there's so much case law when it comes to like consensual BDSM.
I'm not asking for a reduction on price. I'm asking for a longer payment term. Like, we cannot pay in 2 payments for Folsom. Like, just not.
No, I can front it. Can we do 150 and then I can front the rest, or something similar?
I mean, I'd feel more comfortable if like we had it like 300 paid over the course of a year, because I know that we could accomplish that without straining and not being able to do anything else.
Can I pay him and get reimbursed over the course of a year?
I think I mean, as far, I'm not going to speak for everyone else. I think I would feel more comfortable with that, just because if we only have $500 to spend, and you're telling me right now the next month I have to spend 300, like we don't have money for anything else, and then it just front loads on everyone else for.
No, I hear you completely, and that's why I'm happy to front it. But just, I hope that, you know, it will generate a ton of value for so many people. I just hope that we can help it out, so I'm not always paying.
Especially if we make it like a tool by donation for other dive professionals, like that they could use this tool for a donation fee. That would be really great. What does everyone else think about this?
I'd be fine with that, even though I'm not going.
Oh, well, it's not. It's more about like the cleanups and community pool. The Folsom part, I'm paying for that addendum myself, but it's mostly for beach cleanups and having just a generic waiver that people can manipulate for their own purposes.
I think that sounds reasonable, but I hear what Galita's saying around stretching out the payment plan, so that way we don't have to spend, a good chunk of the money that we do have right.
So can we just vote that I'll pay it up front and then I'll be reimbursed of whenever we fundraise or whatever you want to say that it would be?
We could start now. We could start like this month. As soon as you pay it, just let me know, and we'll just start paying you $25 a month for the next year. And if we are able to raise more, then I'm happy to pay it off sooner. I think like I just know that like $25 a month seems very doable for us because that's like one community pool donation a month, right?
I mean, if I just put it on the whiteboard at community pool, I'm pretty sure we can raise it in one session. So
if we can do that, then like, yeah, by all means, if we've got the money, I would rather pay things off, right? I just want to like not take on anything that feels like we might not be, or that might hurt our chances to do other things.
Yep. Cool. So can we just officially like put in the motion and just officially like so I can write it and just so not add. I don't know how to. I'm getting really sloppy with these. We're gonna need when we have a secretary. We're gonna need them to like sit and click all the buttons. But you guys. So Galit, can you word it and put in the motion so that you say it exactly like.
Yes.
Oh, and I think I have to abstain. So.
Okay.
It's you four.
Motion for Nicole to upfront cost of a waiver tool, at which we will reimburse her for over the course of 1 year, $25 a month.
I will second that motion.
I third the motion.
Okay. You can just say I after two. You can just move to I. By the way.
Aye. I meant to say aye. Excuse me.
Yay.
All right, and I abstain, so the motion passes with 4 in favor. Okay, guys, let's end today because we're all kind of late and everything. Yeah. Oh, I will be on my phone, so I'll talk to you two about like any like specific bookings. I can go right after. I mean, hold on. Let me end the broadcast. Goodbye, everyone. Can we adjourn? I'm all over the place today.
Adjourned.
Adjourned.
All right, everybody's adjourning. We're doing it's like playing house.